Hello, hello. Welcome to Balance Online for another session. I feel like this should be out of the frame, so it looks a bit prettier. I'm Lena, I'm going to teach you today the class, and I have Sylvia with me as my live student. And we are excited for this class. I'm happy that you're still joining the online classes, although the studios are reopening. We're going to do gentle beginner/intermediate class. We're going to start in the cross-legged position. So we start easy and gentle, and then we go into the intermediate part. So you find yourself in your seated position. You have a long back, long spine. You can drop your hands on your knees for a bit. And then we close the eyes to take a couple of minutes to arrive on our mats. And tuning into our breathing. So we want to inhale through the nose. And when we exhale, we let the breath go throughout the mouth. So really feel with each inhale how you can widen the rib cage. And how you exhale, softening the shoulders, letting go of any tension that you might have stored throughout the day in your shoulders or in your neck, or also in your jaws maybe. So just take a couple of breaths to start relaxing your face, relaxing your body, tuning in, and just checking in with your body, how you actually feel. Maybe you feel tired, maybe you feel energized and active. Just check in which mood you are today. While you're deepening your breath with each circle that you take. Feeling how your chest is lifting with the inhale. And how you completely let go with the exhale. Let's do one more deep breath together. And exhale, soften. And you take your hands next to you, fingertips barely touch the floor. And then you inhale, you take your arms up to the ceiling, your shoulders drop down. And exhale, drop the arms down, clear the space around you. Inhale, really deeply open up to the sides. And exhale, clear the space around. Either you leave your eyes closed if it helps you to tune into the breathing. Otherwise, feel free to open your gaze. Let's do two more. And exhale down. Really draw a big arm circle over the sides. And then exhale, leave the arms open to the side. And really reach with the fingertips to the opposite walls. And with the next exhale, you want to close the arms to the front while you drop your chin to your chest and you round your upper back. And when you inhale, you reverse the movement while you open the chest, looking up to the ceiling. Really reaching with the arms to the back, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And then exhale, we round to the front. Already here, scooping the navel in. And then inhale, opening up. So it's not only a movement for the upper body. You already try to combine this movement with your pelvic floor and with your abs and with your lower ab area specifically. So really feel how you can support yourself with a deep exhalation while you continue for one more time into each direction. Leaving the arms parallel to the floor. And really reach and try to extend your range of motion here, so you really go as far as you can, and then you come back with your arms to the sides. Inhale, find the length in your spine again, relax your shoulders down, and when you exhale, you twist to your side. Staying grounded with your sit bones and really go as far as you can. Enjoy the stretch in your spine before you inhale, come back to center, and then you exhale, you twist to the other side. Checking in again one more time on each side. Maybe you feel that you can go a little bit more into the twist on one side compared to the other one. Just also here, remembering that we all have different sides and that we're not equal on each side. Just being gentle with ourselves and honest throughout the practice. Then from here, we let the palms open up, and then we lift the arms up. We integrate the fingers, and we put our hands behind our head. We have the elbows open to the side, and those shoulders relax down. Let's all lift our shoulders up to the ears. And when we exhale, we want to soften them down. So you not only let them soften down, you also pull them widely to the sides so that you have enough space. Let's do it one more time, pulling the shoulders up and really enjoying how you can soften and let them drop down. All right, from here, we want to squeeze over to the side. So you squeeze into your waist and you search with your elbow for a connection to your hip while you stay with your shoulders relaxed. And then from here, you close the elbows to the front. And then you open your elbows to the sides. You close it to the front. And then you actually open to the side. Especially the opposite hip wants to stay grounded on the floor while you continue closing and opening. And you continuously squeeze here into the side. So the natural tendency is sometimes that we come out of our little bending here. But let's stay here on the side for one more time. Closing and opening. And then we stay open and we pull ourselves back into center. We shortly remind ourselves of our shoulders. And then we go over to the other side. And also here, we close our wings to the front and then we exhale, we squeeze those shoulders together. If it helps you, you can always close your eyes. If you want to tune more into the sensation of your shoulders, for example. Or if you really want to connect to your breathing. Then maybe sometimes it helps to just close the eyes. Let's do 3 more. Really feel how your wings always get a little bit wider to the sides. Maybe each time you can extend a little bit further. And then the next time you come back up to center. You release your hands, you open your arms to the sides. And then you drop your arms down. Let's all give ourselves some shoulder circles to the back and to the front. All right, we're gonna start with our, so we start in a seated position. That's also how you can explain it. We have our feet hip distance apart. You hold yourself in your knee pads to help yourself to really lengthen the back. You wanna be able to draw one straight line from hip over shoulders to your jaws. You're lengthened and you're proud of yourself. When you exhale, you round your back, you drop your chin to the chest, and when you inhale, you lengthen back up. When you exhale, you want to round and really go into the C curve in your spine, and inhale, lengthen back up. You can also picture in your head how your spine tail wants to reach up to your forehead. That's how round you also want to make your lower spine. And then you continue for a couple more. In the meantime, I'll let another person into the Zoom call. You just inhale, lengthen, and exhale, you round. Exactly. Just follow Sylvia's lead here. She's doing it perfectly fine. Inhale, we lengthen, and exhale, we round. Let's do it one more time together. And exhale, and we stay in this round shape. You keep your left hand in your knee pad. You release your right hand, reaching with the fingertips to the front. Then you open the palm, and then you guide this arm to the back, and you keep your arm parallel to the floor and reach as far as you can. And then you inhale, you come back. We stay on the side for a couple more and help yourself with the other hand, holding yourself in that knee pad to really allow yourself to go as far as you can into that deep twist. So you serve with your hand, maybe some customers here in the back. Yeah, sadly we don't have any customers here. Anyways, we have this tablet on our hands, this imaginary tablet, and we don't want to lose any of those drinks that we're going to serve. So you just picture that in your mind for 2 more, leaving the shoulders down away from those ears. And then one last one. And then I think everyone is happy in the back here. And then we come back to center. We release also the other hand. And then we lower ourselves completely down onto the mat before we take those arms next to the head. We take a deep breath in. When we exhale, we circle the arms over the sides, we lift the head out, soften the chest, and we peel the spine off from the mat to arrive back into our seated position. Now we take the arms next to our head, shoulders relax. And then we exhale, we go back into the C curve. We take the right hand into our knee pit. We open the left palm, and then we serve again to the back. And inhale, we take it back to the front. So really feel that your fingertips are guiding to the back. And especially here also, same principle, the opposite sit bone wants to remain seated. Sometimes we want to follow with that hip into the twist. You have still space for a third leg in between. And we're gonna do 2 more. Having maybe 2 more drinks to serve here. And then the last one. Exhale throughout the mouth. And then we come back, we release the other hand. And then we slowly make our way down onto the mat. We extend those arms next to the head. Exhale, we circle over the side. And we lift ourselves up, completely up into the seated position. And from here we go, exhale back down into the C curve. And then we let those feet slide over the mat to arrive into our tabletop position. And then we take those arms down so that we can lower ourselves onto our forearms. And here we want to make sure that we don't hang too much in our shoulders. We already press ourselves away from the floor, squeezing the shoulders together. Then from here we point the toes and we exhale, we tip with the right toe down onto the mat. We bring it back to tabletop and then we extend the leg forward. And then we bring it back. We switch to the other side. We tip with the left, exhale, bring it back up, and then we extend it forward and bring it back. That's it. So we tip, bring it back, extend, bring it back. You choose your pace. Either you follow along or you go a little bit slow and controlled. Just be honest with yourself and see how you feel today. So you drop, come back, extend and back. That's it. Drop and back, extend and back. And continuously we want to press the floor away. So we have still our shoulders together while our legs are working. The stomach is dropping towards the spine and you can feel the benefit of your exhalation. And exhale, come back. We drop, come back. Last one, exhale, extend. Now from here we take both legs together. So we tip, come back. We extend both legs and bring them back. So now the core is really challenged here, especially your lower abs. They want to support you in this whole process. Do you feel the support? Very good. And we tip, come back, extend, tabletop. We tip and up. Easy as that. We could do that all day long, right? And we tip, come up, extend, tabletop. Let's do 3 more. And I think then we have a good warm up for our core here. But I can promise we're not done yet. And one last one. But it's fun to move the body. All right, from here we come with one foot after the other back down onto the mat. And then we slide the arms to the front before we take the arms up and over next to our head. And then wiggle your knees a little bit from side to side to allow yourself a little break before we keep on going. Just wiggle and let the breath go. All right, from here you come back to the center with your knees pointing up. With the next exhale, you circle the arms over the sides. We lift our head up, we look onto the stomach. We inhale, we go back down. We exhale, circle and lift. And while you continue what you're doing, already place your attention on your sacrum or on your natural curve of your spine. So you want to ground your sacrum and you want to keep this little gap underneath your lower spine. Before we do this one more time and then we stay uplifted. So we circle and we lift, and from here we want to integrate the fingers and we put the hands behind our head. Then now you want to close this gap that you had underneath your lower back. So you bend your pelvis And then you inhale, you bring it back to neutral. So exhale, press the lower spine down, and inhale, release. And you drop, release. You drop, release. That's it. We drop, release for 3, release for 2, release. Last one. We keep it pressed down, and then we're able to lift our shoulders from the mat. So we lift our chest a little bit higher. We keep those elbows open, and then we exhale, we want to twist to the side. Then we inhale, we come back to center. Exhale, we twist to the other side. Come to center. So while you do that, I want you to really focus on lifting those shoulders from the mat. Sometimes it happens that we want to just lean over to the side, but we stay lifted and we just twist throughout the torso. And center. One more time each side. And center. Last one. And center. Release your hip. And then lower your chest down. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Let the breath go. One more time in. Exhale. Let the breath go. With the next exhalation, you want to soften the chest, you want to lift your head back up. You want to check on your stomach. If you have the core set here active around your center, and then either you stay with your feet on the mat, or for version 2, you come into tabletop. Always be honest with yourself, right? Then from here, we want to drop the hip again. So we press the lower spine down. Then we want to lift the upper body a little bit higher, and then we want to twist to the side. From here, we release the one hand. So when you twist to the right, you release the left, and you want to reach with those fingertips forward. When you lift your upper body higher, inhale, you lower a little bit down, and we go up for 4, and inhale, lower down. Carry your head with the other hand while you come back down. For 2 more, you got this, very good. And one last one. Come back down, then take your hand behind your head, and then come out of your twist. Inhale, shortly lower down. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, soften the chest. Lift your head up, looking onto the stomach. We bend the lower spine down. We lift the upper body higher. Then we come into the twist. We release the hand, and then we go up for 5 and lower. For 4, very good, and lower. Stay here, also grounded with your hip, even though you twist to the sides, and we prepared that perfectly, so it's easy for you. One last one. Then you take your hand behind your head, you come back to center, and then you lower yourself down. Release your hands and shortly hug your knees in to gently rock from side to side. Taking a couple of breaths in through the nose. And exhale, you let the breath go. And when you're ready, you release your knees and you extend your legs fully onto the mat. You take your arms next to your head. You want to find the length and find the space in between from your fingertips to your toes. So you really reach with the inhale to the opposite direction and really make you as long as you can. And when you exhale, you soften your chest, you circle your arms over the sides, and then you lift yourself up, looking onto the stomach. We inhale, we go one more time down. With the next exhale, we circle and we stay uplifted. We take another breath in. Before we exhale, roll ourselves up. Taking the arms forward, parallel to the legs, head drops in between those arms. And then we inhale, we lengthen up and find a beautiful straight line in our backs while we drop the shoulders down. From here, we inhale, exhale from the hips, we go back down. Slowly and controlled, making a print of our spine before we extend those arms, find the length in the body. And then you exhale, circle over the sides. Lift it up and down, peel the spine off and reach with your arms forward before you lengthen it up. Let's do 2 more of these, and you start always from your hips before you ground yourself. Alternatively, to support yourself a little bit more, you can also take one of your legs And then extend the leg, which helps you to lift the chest and the upper body before you end up in the straighted seated position. And then you go again. All right? So just choose your variation today. Before you circle, soften the chest, peel the spine off, and reach to the front before you lift yourself up. Then from here, you want to flex your feet. You want to integrate your fingers, and you want to put your hands behind your head. If you feel there's too much tension in your hip flexors, in order to keep the back up straight, you can also slightly bend your knees so that you feel your sit bones grounded and a long straight back. Okay, so choose for yourself where you are today. Lengthen from the top of your head. When you exhale, you want to twist your body to the side, staying with your elbows open, and really go as far as you can. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, we twist to the other side. And inhale, we come back to center. Let's do a couple more on each side. And each time that you come back to center, you want to lengthen your whole back, softening the shoulders. Very good. Exhale, other side. Coming back. One more time to each direction. And center. Other side. And center. From here, we stay in the center. If you haven't done already, we lengthen the legs again. And then we start from the hips. Rolling it back down, we close the elbows to the front before we hit the mat. Then we lengthen the spine and we open the elbows to the side. We take a breath in. Exhale. We go back up, so we close the elbows, soften the chest, and either you take another breath or you go directly in one go, peeling the spine off from the mat. And then you want to dip into the front before you lengthen back up. Alternatively, you can always do the same thing with your arms straight again. So as we did before. So you go down, place yourself down, and drop the head. Inhale here, exhale, close the elbows, and from your core center you want to pull yourself up if possible. So really make use of your breath, really make use of your pelvic floor, and then you lengthen it up. Very good. We go back down, and then from here we drop the head down and we release the hands and we circle them over the side so that we have them next to our body. Then we want to take both of our legs straight up to the ceiling. So you have first the natural curve of your spine, and we just want to repeat the same movement as we had before, but now with our straight legs. So we want to press the lower spine down into the floor with the exhale, and inhale, we release back to neutral. So we exhale, press it down, inhale, we come back to neutral. So just pressing and releasing obviously brings your legs a little bit closer and back straight up. So it's not the legs coming closer, it's initiated from your core center. If it helps you to connect with your center, place your hands on your stomach and feel the breath helping you to drop the stomach down. Let's do 3 more. And exhale. And exhale. One last one. Then from here, you have your lower spine connected. You take your toes that are going to guide you now. When you go further, you want to peel your spine off from the mat. So you guide your legs over your head. And you come into your roll over, keeping your legs straight and parallel to the floor. You have your arms as a support on the mat, and you have your stomach as a support to help you in this position. If it's not comfortable for you, then please come out of this position and just do the movement that we did before. You can also help yourself with your hands on your hip. From here, exhale, flex your feet, open your legs in the width of your mat, and then you come slowly out of this movement or this position by taking it step by step, those vertebrae down onto the mat, And then you point your feet, close those legs together, and then you lower them diagonal to the front. Inhale here. Exhale, you lift your chest up. You lift your arms up, and you help yourself coming up into a beautiful teaser position. Yes, and we're all gonna be happy about that when we drop those legs down again and reach forward. Perfect. From here we go into a flow. When we go slowly down towards the mat, we drop the arms down, we take those legs directly up, drop the lower spine down, and then we go directly into the rollover. So even though that we maybe have a little bit of momentum when we do it in that way, I want you to focus pressing the lower spine down before you guide yourself controlled in this position. From here, we flex the feet, we open them in the width of the mat, and either you stay here, or if you feel like, you go with your arms, circle them over the sides, and then you have them next to your head. Before you drop your feet down towards the mat, and maybe you can even touch them with your hands. And either you stay here, or if you want to go further, you release your right foot, you straighten the leg up to the ceiling as high as you can without losing the balance. Inhale here, exhale, take the foot back down towards the mat. Inhale, either you stay here or exhale, you lift the left leg up high to the ceiling. And then you take the foot back down towards the mat. Exhale, you lift the feet from the mat, coming with your legs parallel to the floor again. And then you slowly make your way out of this position, either with your arms where you have them, or for more support next to your body. And you take it slowly, step by step, before you hit the mat. And then you exhale, go diagonal to the front. You take another breath. And then you exhale, lift your chest, lift your head. And then you slowly come into your teaser position. Yes, beautiful. If you want, take those arms next to your head. Hold it for one breath. And then we exhale, we go out of this movement. Flex the feet and now stay here for one deep breath. Grabbing your soles or your ankles, allowing a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale, you let it go. Very good. And when you're ready, you slowly lengthen yourself back up. And then you come into a cross-legged position to then roll over those knees into your all fours. Or you choose whatever transition is most comfortable for you. So we have the hands underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. And from here, you tuck your toes under, you lift your knees from the mat, and then you arrive in your upstretch. Easy transition, coming from all fours directly into upstretch. So you really want to stretching and lengthening your back here. If you want, start with your knees bended to really focus on the straight line in your back. And then once you're ready, you lower the heels down towards the floor. Let's all come with the inhale onto our toes, lifting the heels, but straightening the back. And exhale, lowering the heels back down. Inhale, you come up. And exhale, you lower it down. Let's do it one more time. And exhale, we lower down. And then from here, we slowly walk with our hands towards our feet. We let ourselves hang down here. With the next exhale, you feel support from your stomach to slowly roll yourself up into your standing position. Keeping your hip over your heels so that you would lengthen on this imaginary wall behind you and your shoulders roll down. Inhale, you open the arms over the sides. Exhale, let the arms drop down, chin to the chest. We go directly back down and you roll down as if you would roll over this barrel in front of you. Again, supporting from the stomach. Then you look to the front and you walk it in 3 steps forward into that plank position. You inhale here. Exhale, you release the left foot. You slide the foot over the mat before you drop your knee down onto the mat. Then you release the right foot as well. And then you circle that foot over the side until you can draw one line with your knee over your foot to the side. And then we exhale, we lift ourselves up. And now we don't face the camera, so you stay where you're at. And I'm just going to show you from the front that we want to keep our hip in one line. So natural tendency is sometimes that we want to lift this side, but let's just drop it down. All right, then we open the arms to the side, and then we exhale, we twist, because we love twisting. And then we come back to center, and we also twist to the other side. Maybe you check in which side is easier to twist to. Probably the side with the open leg, because we have a little bit more space here now, instead of to the one where you have your knee down. And you find your back and center. Then from here, you want to lower yourself down to the side, and you continue that line that you were already drawing with your hand down onto the mat. Another detail, you want to have your hand underneath your shoulder before you lengthen your arm up to the ceiling. Open the chest and really reach with your fingertips high to the ceiling. And then with the next exhale, you want to lift the leg from the mat parallel to the floor. Inhale, we lower it down. And exhale, we lift. And inhale, we lower. And exhale, we lift. We want to make sure that we have more weight on our knee than on our hand. So if you feel like you hang too much to the side, just make sure that you have your hip directly over your knee. That will simplify this whole movement. Inhale, lower. Exhale, we lift. Very good. Let's do 3 more. And really feel how you can also benefit here from the breathing and from your pelvic floor. Before we leave the leg lifted, and then we flex the foot and point the foot. We flex and point. One more flex before we leave it pointed, and then we start drawing little circles with our leg. Just like that. We imagine that we have a brush on our big toe, and we just draw our favorite color here on the side before we stop and reverse the circle into the other direction. Try to keep your leg parallel to the floor. And for 3, for 2, for last one. And then we drop the foot back down. We push ourselves back up into our high knee stand, before we then bend over to the side of the open leg, and we reach it over and really give yourself a deep breath into your side, and exhale, let it go. Then you come back with your arms parallel, and you send your hands back down onto the floor. And then from here, you release the foot, you slide it to the back, and you find yourself back into all fours. From here, you want to tuck the toes under, lift the knees, and arrive in your up stretch. And then you start coming onto the toes with the inhale. Exhale, we lower the heels down. Inhale, come onto the toes, straightening the back with each exhale. Lower them back down. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, lower the heels, lift the hip up high, and then you walk with your hands towards your feet. Very good. You keep your hip over your heels. And then you exhale, you activate the core, and you slowly come up, lifting your upper body up, one vertebrae at a time. And then you lengthen yourself from the top. You take a deep breath in, open the arms. And exhale, we go back down, chin to chest. Arms just hang loose. There's no engagement in your arms. They just hang to the front. And then you look to the front, we walk it back into our favorite plank position. Hands underneath the shoulders. Spread your fingers. And then you release the right foot and draw the knee underneath your hip before you then circle the left foot over the side, and you start drawing your line before you lift your upper body up. Now I'm going to face you again to make this a bit more interactive. And then we have the hip in one line again. We open the arms up. We start twisting first to the open leg. To the open leg. Yes. And then we inhale, we come back to center. Exhale, other side. And you check in again how far you can go. Maybe your twists are already a little bit deeper than in the beginning of the class. And exhale, other side. Come to center. Then you drop your hand down. You continue that straight line. You open the chest. You exhale, you engage the core set. And again, if you feel like you're too much in the front, just shift it back. Open the hip and then lift the leg up. And inhale, you lower it down. Exhale, we lift it up. Inhale, we lower. And it's perfectly fine if you don't lift the leg completely parallel to the floor. Just go as far as you can and do the best that you can do today. Try to really reach up and open the chest here. And we're gonna do 3 more. Lower it down. Exhale, we lift. Inhale, we lower. For 2. And lower. Last one, we stay up lifted and we have our brush on our toe. We start drawing those circles. Circling in the first direction. Having like a beautiful color on your toe. And then you stop here, you reverse the direction. Circle that leg. Feel that you can really maintain the openness in your hip. For 2 more circles. Last one, then you lower the foot down. You press yourself away from the floor. You find your hip alignment. And then you directly reach it over to allow a beautiful stretch into the side. And exhale, you come back up. And then you lower your hands down. You release your foot. You slide it back. You find your all-fourth position. You tuck the toes under and you go back into your up stretch. Maybe sometimes you feel that your feet and your hands are a little bit too close together so that you then round your back. So just walk your feet a little bit further backwards so that you're actually able to stretch your back fully. To bend your knees maybe first, sending the hip up high, and then you draw those heels down. Inhale, come onto the toes. Exhale, lower the heels down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lower it down. Really enjoy the stretch in your back. And by drawing the shoulders away, you can also engage your back muscles with it. Let's do 1 more together. And then you lower it down and you slowly walk with your hands towards your feet. Let your head fall, let your arms hang loose, and let's close the eyes for a couple of seconds. Feel the breath and feel the relaxation in your upper body. Feel a slight stretch in your hamstrings. Feel how you can let go of any tension in your shoulders as they're fully relaxed. And maybe gravity is already doing its work and helping you to come a little bit lower towards the mat. Maybe you are already super flexible and you can ground your hands completely onto the floor. But it's also not necessary to just give yourself a moment of full relaxation in your upper body. You take a breath in. With the next exhale, you activate the core and you slowly come up into your standing position, really taking it 1 step at a time. Close your eyes if you need to and really feel the connection to your breath. Before you lengthen from the top of your head, you feel that your shoulders gently roll down. You feel the long neck. You feel the crown on your head. Then you take an inhale while you open your arms over the sides. And you exhale, you drop the arms down. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, open up. And exhale, drop them down. For the last one, you feel that you can catch all the fresh energy in your room in between your hands. And you catch it over your head, you look up to your hands. And then you pull this energy in front of your heart. You place your hands on your heart center, and you take this time, you take the moment to be in touch with your body and to just tell your body, thank you for joining this practice. Thank you for your strength. Thank you for your weaknesses. Thank you for being there for me every day. And with that being said, we thank you for joining us here today at Balance Online. I hope this one served you, and feel free to leave a review or a comment, however it's possible. And see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.